time to wrap up Thomascember 2019 with Digs and Discoveries, a DVD containing 2 double-length special episodes and 5 regular-length episodes from the 23rd series of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, all featuring Italy, the Sodor Construction Company, or both. So can Digs and Discoveries hold up as a great Thomas movie, or will it be a huge bomb like some of the previous films? Let's have a look. Thomas travels to Italy, where he's introduced to the country's rich, ancient history. While working on the Italian railroad, Thomas meets Stefano, the super cruiser, and runs into his old friend Gina, just in time for her to come to his rescue after his curiosity leads to trouble. Determined to make an amazing discovery, Thomas finds himself lost down an old mine where he uncovers the legendary lost engine, Lorenzo. So how is Digs and Discoveries compared to the previous Thomas adventures? It's really just multiple episodes mashed up together on DVD. Yeah, realistically it's just several episodes mashed into one DVD, trying to make it look like a movie. The episodes that were included on the disc were All Tracks Lead to Rome, Minds of Mystery, Lorenzo's Solo, Too Loud Thomas, First Day on Sodor, Deep Trouble, and Out of Sight. Most of these episodes were taking place in Italy and the others were taking place on Sodor, focusing on the Sodor construction crew, aka Jack in the Pack. And while the story of Thomas trying to discover stuff in Italy and uncover the mystery of the lost engine is quite entertaining, it just can't hide the fact that it's several episodes mashed on one DVD trying to make a movie. And you can't really do that and expect it to work that well. With the Family Guy movie, Stewie Griffin The Untold Story, that worked because every single episode that was in it all tied in together. And only 2 episodes on this DVD tie in together. Now, like I said, Family Guy did it with Stewie Griffin The Untold Story, but those 3 stories connected with each other, so it was easy to make a movie with those. And even Disney did it with some of their direct-to-video sequels, like The Return of Jafar, Stitch the Movie, and all that stuff. But those worked because they were pilot episodes for their TV series, and Leroy and Stitch was a finale to the Lilo and Stitch TV series. But you could see those as their own movies. Well, except maybe Return of Jafar, that was obviously a pilot episode for the cartoon. So yeah, just taking several episodes and putting it on one disc, trying to make it look like a big movie, just doesn't really work for me. And I think they'd have been better off purposely writing it as a movie like they did with the previous films. But with that said, I do quite enjoy the episodes that are set in Italy. Mostly All Tracks Lead to Rome and Minds of Mystery, because those are great episodes and they really do tie in together to make a 45-minute special like The Adventure Begins. And the other episodes you could just watch on their own and they'd have nothing to do with the story of the mines and the discoveries and whatnot. The DVD also introduces us to many new characters, including reintroducing us to Gina, the Italian tank engine who once participated in the shunting challenge at the Great Railway Show. Gina is a sweet and stylish engine who can match the boys pound for pound when it comes to shunting trucks in the yard. She is very proud of her Italian heritage and loves working on archaeological digs to uncover more about the history of her cherished homeland. Gina does not suffer fools gladly and will often grow irritable when someone acts like they know it all, particularly about her areas of expertise. She also doesn't like it when someone implies that she huffs and puffs. Nonetheless, she is loyal and caring and will always set grudges aside for the sake of helping others. She also shows that despite Thomas's antics and mishaps, she truly enjoys his visit to the country. An interesting fact about this character is that in The Great Race she was voiced by Teresa Gallagher, who pretty much voices most of the female characters in the show, but when they brought her back for these episodes she was voiced by Anna Francolini. And she just plays the character superbly. I really love this voice that comes out of her mouth. And I look forward to seeing her in the future of the series, and it would be really nice if she went to visit Sodor once. The biggest new character in the episodes is Stefano, the super cruiser from Italy. He is a huge vehicle who could transport engines and other vehicles around the world. He is a bit of a showboat and loves to wow people with his abilities, and revels in their surprise. He is a confident performer and raconteur who likes to tell stories and sees himself as a boat of the world. Stefano can be quite charming and gentle, and is not really as full of himself as his pompous manner might suggest. There is a genuine warmth to his larger-than-life, friendly personality, and he truly cares about others. And this guy just looks amazing. I've never seen a vehicle quite like him. A big carrier ship that can run on land and on water. It's just something that I've never seen before in a big vehicle. Obviously I've been on one of those duck tours in London where they have like the buses that run on the roads and go along the waters of the Thames like a boat. but this is the first time I've seen something that big do both. There's Lorenzo, a vintage Italian tender engine from Verona, and his coach, Beppe. He's famous not only for his wandering curiosity, but his intense love of opera singing. He loves the sound of his own voice and being the centre of attention, especially when singing operatic ditties with his small coach, Beppe. Whilst his speaking voice may be deep, Lorenzo has a classical tenor singing voice. Additionally, his quest for fame can lead him into being impulsive at times. His curiosity and impulsive actions often get the better of him, which lead both him and Beppe getting lost. Lorenzo loves fame more than anything else when given the chance, but is never too vain to part from Beppe permanently, often reclining at the end of their escapades. Lorenzo's voice actor really does come across to me as a proper Italian singer, like maybe he started out life as an opera singer before he took up voice acting. And I don't know if that was the case at all with the actor, but it just sounds like that to me. His coach, Beppe, loves to sensationalise situations and idolises Lorenzo. They're quite like an operatic double act and often break out into song. Beppe sings the bass notes of Lorenzo's tenor voice. He is well behaved and always in a musical mood. When Lorenzo gets singing, he doesn't hesitate to join in, though the two usually choose to do so regardless of their surroundings. Much like any coach, Beppe doesn't take nonsense from Lorenzo lightly, and the tender engine's curiosity and quest for fame usually ends up annoying him in one way or another. Like other small characters, Beppe prefers thinking of himself as useful despite his size, and always has Lorenzo's back in the end. Though he also sees Gino as a good substitute. As for the new construction workers, there's Brenda, the turquoise and blue bulldozer who works with the company. She is very tidy and would go to great lengths to stop anything from ruining her flat ground, Max and Monty especially. She takes great pride in her work, and Miss Jenny remarks that nobody can keep things level like our Brenda. She can easily make assumptions if unlevel ground is involved, but is apologetic in the end if she found the truth out. One thing I find weird about Brenda is that when they first introduced her in Minds of Mystery, she's just brought in as this character and you're like, yeah, we're supposed to just accept that she's the new character and we already know her, so there you go. But I feel that the episode First Day on Soda is a proper introduction, because that's where we get to see her personality more and more. One thing I never expected to see in this special was Jack in the Pack come to Italy. That was a really nice surprise in my opinion. And the last new character of the DVD is Esther, a miniature excavator who works in the Italian construction company. She takes life with excitement and a slow pace, speaking with the grandeur of an artist. She is slow and methodical, often getting amused at fast, excited actions, and is quick to take ideas when given the right material. Despite her slow approach, Esther is not above moving fast when excited. And one thing this DVD definitely gets right is the sceneries of Italy. I absolutely adore the sceneries of Italy. The whole of Italy in these episodes just looks spectacular when you look at it. I mean, it really shows that the creators must have done some research in Italian landscapes to get the right images for this one. Just seeing the Leaning Tower of Pizza and the old Colosseum in Thomas the Tank Engine is just remarkable in my opinion. And the one thing I adore the most about it is getting to see those geological sites where they're digging up for old fossils and bits of Rome and whatnot. It's also really nice to have Thomas the Tank Engine be part of a construction site where they're looking for geological treasures. It's almost quite similar to King of the Railway where they were looking for King Godred's treasures. That's really brilliant in my opinion. That's just a really great thing to show in Thomas the Tank Engine, and it's a great way to teach kids that watch the show about archaeological discoveries. So the first two episodes are really great and the sceneries are great, but it's not nearly enough to save this DVD. I will find myself watching the first two episodes of the DVD more and more and consider it a special, but as a movie, I wouldn't consider it to be a movie. It's just too much of mismatched episodes that are trying to be a movie, and you can't really pull that off if they don't fit in with each other story-wise. Whereas the first two do, the rest of it don't. So this is just another one of those DVDs with episodes that were never seen on TV before and they just decided to mash them together into a DVD. So long story short, great as single episodes, not so great as a movie. So I wouldn't consider Digs and Discoveries to be a great special, but I do consider it to have some great episodes about Italy and archaeological discoveries. And if you haven't seen any of the episodes yet, I would highly recommend checking it out if you're interested in Italy, Italian heritage and archaeological discoveries, and Thomas the Tank Engine. You may get some excitement and enjoyment from the episodes, or you may not. And in all honesty, Steam Team to the Rescue that was recently released on TV this year is a better special than this one. But that review's going to have to wait till next year. And that brings us to the end of Thomascember 2019. It was really fun to go through all these specials and merchandises and various topics that I felt were worth talking about. And there'll be plenty of more topics and specials and episodes to go through next year, but until then, this is Dalek44 saying Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, fans.